No, shawty. It's your birthday. On God.
On gang
On God.
evil.
Bro,
Preying on everybody's downfall.
absolutely. I'm a professional hater.
Yeah. Fuck everybody.
I go out of
love
my way.
hating.
I got a new haircut. The place that I get my haircut is like so fancy.
Like how fan? Well, I'm not really surprised, to be honest.
Like I'll put a picture. Oh, okay. I'll put a picture of like a snap that I took in the bathroom, and it's like this wall covered in ivy with like this mirror with a golden frame.
Yeah, that's just the bathroom. I can only imagine.
The tile. It's like a checkerboard tiled floor, and it's like velvet couches in the waiting room.
I bet it's pretty though.
It's so pretty. It's like a really cool environment to be around.
I believe it.
I have a good time every time I go there.
It's good.
It's pretty fun. Yeah, it's pretty fun.
On that note, welcome to Zero XP,
Yeah, welcome to Zero XP.
episode 3.
Episode 3. Really like episode 6, but we say that every time. I'm turning up my gain a little bit.
Yeah.
Really like episode 6, but we say that every time. But we really have recorded so many times.
Yeah.
Today's special. Today I'm wearing my SpongeBob pants.
Oh hell no.
Splungelbork.
Spiegelbob.
Spiegelbob. Look at these shits, bro. They got his house on them, and it's him just chilling. I fuck with these heavy.
Oh, nice.
SpongeBob.
I
Yeah.
changed it up with my hair today, as you can see with the beanie.
With the beanie.
Yeah.
I like the beanie. I think the beanie's cool.
I think it works.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just didn't feel like doing my hair really.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Is
I
that so?
woke up and took a shower and I was like, fuck, I'm not doing my hair today.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, so I was like, well, let's just do the beanie, but let's not do it how I normally do. Because when I normally put on a beanie, I cover all of it except for like this little bottom part right here.
Sure.
And when I take it off, I'd like have so my natural part in my hair is down the middle. But I've also created my own part. Hit that.
I know. If that falls, bro.
I know.
Oh
Could
my
you imagine?
god. It's fallen before.
Oh god.
One time, okay, before I met you, I had this brown, it sat right here. I had this brown, this is so long ago, like I didn't even have my L-shaped desk, I don't think.
I remember that.
Yeah, and here. So, I had this big ass brown dresser, and it was like 6 a.m. and I was getting ready for like middle school or something like that, and I pulled out all the drawers because I needed like underwear, I needed socks, I needed a shirt, I needed pants, like I needed everything. But I just went from the top or from the bottom to the top and left every drawer open, and the dresser fell on me because all the weight shifted from the back to the front and the whole thing fell on me.
Bro.
And I was like storing a whole bunch of shit on top of it. It all fell on me. I was like, what the fuck?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Bro died.
I did, yeah. That was the day I died. Getting that across
Yeah.
down the forearm. The
You
day
want
my
this?
dresser fell on me. Huh? Yeah.
You want it?
Okay. What else?
Oh, what I was saying with my hair.
Yeah.
I have the natural part down my middle, right? But I've created 2 parts on my own. I've created parts in my hair. I have one here and I have one here. Because if you keep like parting your hair over and over, it naturally creates one.
Yeah, I
more.
know.
So back when you remember my short hair, like when I was younger.
Yeah.
So I used to do it both like.
I think I put a picture of the Reese's Puffs up once.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Like that hair. I used to do it off this way when I was really young. I used to do it this way, and then when I got older, I started doing it this way. And then I just got older and was like, "Fuck it." So now we're here.
Yeah.
But when I take off my beanie, it's just like straight down the middle, slick back. Like it's Chase and Dylan. I was over with them at Chase's house, and they watched me do my hair. It went from flat to like what it is, and they were like literally jaw dropped watching.
Soy
me.
jacking?
Yeah, they were the entire time. And I was like, bro, are you guys this astounded? They're like, yes.
Yeah, it's a lot of hair. You got a lot of hair.
I know.
My hair used to naturally middle part here. It wasn't, no. Okay, it did naturally middle part here, but young Chasten was like, fuck it, let's get a hard part. So I'd get it like cut short on the sides, and then I'd like have it like combed over, and I had like a hard. Do you remember that?
I do remember.
You remember that? Yeah, I wore that for a very, very, very long time. And before that, my hair was always cut short, like to like here and like thin, and it just laid out like my hair is now. But now I just let it grow out and it curls like crazy.
And it works.
It does. It works.
If you knew
It naturally middle parts now.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. When I get my hair wet, it'll naturally middle part.
If you knew me before age 17, no, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't. Because, like, I'm going to be real. I don't know how I, like, got any girlfriends or had friends growing up.
Did you
Who
see-
let me walk around like that, bruh? Like, I looked like a fucking clown 24/7. Like, it makes sense now why, like, nobody talked to me.
It was a weird. It was a weird phase.
It
for you. It was a
was.
strange phase.
But, like, I just didn't know. Like, I didn't know what to do.
You know they have style classes now,
That's.
Ma-
Imagine being that down bad that you can't find drip.
dude.
If you're gonna
In
have
hi-
that, pass me your alto.
Yeah, in high school they have style
That's crazy. That's hell.
I know somebody that go.
Now you drop that one.
Yeah. So I know some people that go to like JI and they have like a fashion class.
That's crazy.
A fashion class. That it wouldn't have helped me. It didn't matter how good my fashion was. I was just not it. It was just not.
I was holding an L until like 17.
Yeah, same
So,
here.
I'm
I got
okay
the
with
dogs out. I'm not gonna put them on screen, but I do have the dogs out.
Put your collars on.
What is that? Socks?
Yeah.
Put them dogs on a leash. Started doing that in CS. Playing some CS, going to a casual match. Dude, Lane and I will go into a CS match. And we'll play casual because I like playing wingman, but he hasn't played enough CS:GO for the wingman, which is 2v2, to be unlocked. So we had to play casual, which is 10v10. And the way it works, if you've never played CS:GO, is when you die, you get sent to a death chat with everybody who has died on both teams. So Lane and I will join a casual match, intentionally go on separate teams, but be in a Discord call. So we'll talk to each other the entire time. But if we both die, we'll go into a game chat and just start going
At the very end of the match.
At the
every
very end of the
time.
match with everybody, and we just get people to join, or we'll talk shit to each other in the death comms as if we don't know each other mid game. It's really funny, very funny.
Fuck that guy on the enemy team.
You know that guy breathes water? Yeah, fuck that guy.
You know that NIXXUZZ guy? I can't even say his fucking name.
Yeah,
Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy. You know what? What
It's the people in that game who don't have mic who talk the most shit though.
I know, like in play game, get good, play like in text chat. So annoying.
It's so funny to me.
So annoying.
I love talking shit to them over mic too.
Yeah, because I get.
Cloud on me broke.
Yeah, you can't type back fast enough. You know what I've noticed? Not that I've like noticed, but like I knew, but like I addressed outwardly earlier today.
What?
All sitcoms are the exact same thing.
Yes.
They're the same thing.
Yeah.
All of them.
How many sitcoms? If you had to take a guess, how many
A
different
lot.
sitcoms have you watched?
A lot of sitcoms, because
Okay.
they even did sitcom like. Did you ever watch Disney XD or like Nick at Night growing up?
Yes.
It was all
Dude,
sitcoms.
The Nanny Show, George Lopez.
George
Show,
Lopez, yeah.
Friends.
Knock, please.
Friends was another one that they played on Nick at Night. What were some other shows?
Full House.
Full House. Yeah. That's another
Yeah,
one.
but then if you move past that point and you go into like 2012 to 2015, they still put out shows, but it wasn't like nighttime sitcoms like what we grew up with.
Yeah.
It was like Lab Rats, which is still sitcom-esque. Did you ever watch Pair of Kings?
I did watch Pair of Kings.
Pair of Kings was hype,
It was a good show.
and that's I would consider that a sitcom.
The Sweet Life of Zack
Zack and Cody, Sweet Life on Deck, all of them. They just Jesse.
Kids sitcoms.
Yeah, they did, but they did so many, and they're all the same show. Or
But they
the
were-
humor
they
is
were-
the same. The humor is the same. The way they're written.
But the characters and like the things that they
Ye-
tackled were different.
Yeah.
That's why that like it was so easy to consume.
Yeah.
But, like, did you ever watch The Big Bang Theory?
No.
Okay, so you know how I grew up. You know who my stepmother is.
Yeah, I don't know if she was like huge into the Big Bang Theory though.
Dude, she like you got to realize the stereotype comes with it. Like Friends, I've seen every single season at least 10 times. I can't make that up. I've seen all of the Big Bang Theory 4 times. The Office 5 times. Parks and Rec.
Did you watch
probably
Seinfeld?
4. I love Seinfeld. Seinfeld's like a background show for me.
Okay, that makes sense.
What are some other good examples? Family Guy is a sitcom. American
I never
Dad.
watched any of the animated because I wasn't allowed to.
Yeah. They're like they try to be different and some of them just really fail at it or they have like a really specific audience cuz like you can't just show the Big Bang Theory to anybody. Cuz some people are going to be like what the fuck, I don't get anything that's going on.
Yeah.
But you don't have to like be smart to
And then it
understand
continues into like Young Sheldon and stuff.
Yeah, like at a certain point they're like it's going to make me money. I got to figure out how to continue.
How to continue it, yeah. No, but that's where it becomes like recycled.
Yes.
Which is like we tackle the problem with battle passes in games. It just becomes like the idea of it becomes recycled.
I think sitcoms that end early are good. Like I think a good example is Parks and Rec because that was only like 5-6 seasons.
Really?
Yes. I think Parks
The
and
Office
Rec
is just
after Michael left, it was horrible.
horrible.
Um,
Why did they do that? Why did
he didn't want to do the show anymore.
really?
Yeah, Steve Carell just didn't want to do
Dude
the
just
show.
didn't want to do the show.
No, and I don't blame him honestly. Like,
How long did they do it for?
10 seasons. I don't know exactly like years wise how long it was, but it was 10 seasons long. He came back for the final 2 episodes.
Yeah, it was so sad. I stopped watching after that because I didn't. First of all, I was binging The Office, binging The Office, and I was on vacation. So everybody had talked about The Office. I had watched The Office. This was probably like 9th, 10th grade maybe. But 8th grade, everybody talked about The Office. 9th grade, everybody talked about The Office. Everybody watched it. I had just never watched it. And then one time, somebody told me that it was like right before it got taken off of Netflix. And I went on a family trip to like, I don't know, Florida. We did something in Florida.
Yeah.
I think we went to the Kennedy Space Center and did some other stuff.
Yeah.
And on this trip, I downloaded every episode. And then we went to like this hotel and we went on the car trip. And I watched the first like 8 seasons of The Office.
Yeah.
In like 2 weeks. Like ridiculous amounts of The Office. Do you know the show Atypical? It's a show on Netflix and it's about there's so much that goes into it. I can't even explain it.
I feel like somebody has brought up this show to me. Like I feel like I've heard that title before.
Yeah,
somewhere.
the main character has autism, and he's like going to college, and he has to like deal with having like a girlfriend, and
Yeah.
and then there's a whole bunch to it.
Yeah.
But, dude, I was babysitting for like my cousins one time, and watched the entire. I didn't go to bed. I watched the entire show because it was only I think it was 2 seasons long. And I watched the entire show, and then later another season came out, like 6 months later, and I watched that show at the same place, or the entire season at the same place. But that's it for that show.
Word.
Yeah, they stopped making it.
I think okay. In the example of The Office, I do think after Michael left that there were some still funny moments in that show. Like I think the comedy and the way it was written was really good. Like that show really did help innovate TV comedy. I like to think it was so influential.
It was.
And
it was also a ripoff of like a
British TV
British
show.
TV show.
Have you seen the original?
they're like the British one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like 1-to-1 copies almost.
It is, but like the writing and the humor that the way they did it in the British one is just not.
Yeah, no, it's not as good.
It's nowhere close. To
Nowhere
what
close
we
to as
have.
good. Also, they're like the actors that played the characters that we know and love from The Office were so perfect for like nobody else could be Jim.
Yeah, it's like one of those once in a lifetime.
Yeah, or
roles.
Dwight. Like literally nobody else could play that character the way they were played. It was so perfect. Do you know this was a tidbit from that show? They would come in to work. They would come into like onto the set for like I don't remember. I'm going to throw out a number like maybe an hour early and like do hair, do makeup. They would come way early and do hair and do makeup, and then an hour before shooting, they would go onto the set and just pretend like it was an office environment for an hour. Like they would They would just act as if they were in an office for an hour, and then they'd start shooting to like get them in the headspace of working in an office environment, which I thought was
That's interesting.
interesting. Very, very method.
Yeah.
Very method of them.
Very methodical.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
Name me some characters that you know of that are once in a lifetime like castings. Like not ones that we've talked about.
Does it have to be? Can it be animated?
Yes.
Because there's some people whose voices literally could. Okay, once in a lifetime castings. Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man.
Yeah. Well, we talked about.
We talked about that. Yeah. But I'm just throwing that out there as one. Okay. Nobody else could be Shrek's voice.
Mike Myers.
Oh, okay.
That's Mike Myers. Yeah. It's really iconic though. I forget who. There was somebody who recorded like almost the entire dialogue of Shrek before dropping out as Shrek before Mike Myers did it. I could not tell you who it was, but there was Mike Myers was not the original Shrek.
Like it would have been a different voice.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is? What else?
The only people I'm thinking of are from animes, bro.
Yeah, but those aren't as well known.
Yeah.
So like nobody else could be Lightning McQueen.
Yeah.
It's just so. Like that.
Who was that? Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson, yeah. Owen Wilson. What else is there? I like to think of like people. I want to think of like live action movies where nobody else could be that character because then it like puts a face.
Both Step Brothers as
Yes.
John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell, yeah, absolutely. I don't know. I think a lot of movie roles are like that though.
I think there's like. I think a good example, like you remember we went to go see Bullet Train. We talked about how good it was.
Yeah.
So I thought about it more. I think that the castings were very varied and good, but I feel like that some of them just didn't fit what the character was trying to do.
Who would you replace? With who?
I don't know who I would replace.
Water bottle played by Voss instead of Fiji.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just really didn't do it for me. The square bottle, it was really off-putting. The rolling scenes, I just wish it would have been Voss.
Yeah.
They were sponsored by Fuji. Is it Fiji? Fiji. They were sponsored by Fiji.
For sure.
Like, so they had a
Guys,
whole.
We have a bit.
We have a bit. Who wants it? Who wants this brandy? Dasani? Can you imagine? That's some shit water.
There's some shit.
Dasani water is gross.
That's what I grew up on, boy.
Dasani?
That Dasani.
I would prefer like Deer Park.
Oh, those two. I grew up on those.
Deer Park isn't even that bad.
Deer Park was like the school water bottle for me.
Deer Park?
Yeah, they gave them out at my school. Like you could go and get a water bottle.
We just have water fountains.
We also had water fountains, but like, you know, it's easier if they give out a bottle, they expect the kid to hold on to it. Not everyone did. I did. But like,
How long? Because you can't refill those like many times.
I would keep it for like a week or two and then move on to the next one.
Yeah, okay.
Like it's not like I kept it for months on end.
Some people do that.
I know.
It's really awful for you.
If you, I think it's bad with like plastic bottles like that, but with like reusable bottles.
Obviously, you can refill those as many times as you want.
Yeah.
Because you can like wash them and stuff. But the like, I forget what the chemical is called. It's like PHC inside of plastic. It'll seep into your water through plastic water bottles and really fuck with you.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of shit will happen. Bacteria, because you can't, like, they're not dishwasher safe.
Yeah.
So, it's a whole bunch of shit.
My hair always itchy. Hate it. I wash my hair so often too. My hair is always like I keep watching these recordings with you and like watching them back on my own time.
Are you itching a lot?
Always, man. Like I don't know if anybody else sees it.
I haven't
know-
noticed it, but I'm gonna notice it a lot more now.
Probably, and I'm sure that everybody who watches this now is going to notice
Yeah.
it more now. But like all the time, I always notice myself like right back here. It's always like right here, right here, right here. Those three spots, and like
Right where your parts are?
not where my parts, I guess, but like it's just ooh.
Your
But
scalp?
if somebody else were like to scratch it, I feel like a dog saying this.
Really?
If somebody else were to scratch it, it feels so good. Like, have you ever had someone like rub your hair or like,
Yes.
scratch your head?
Yes.
Yeah, it feels amazing.
It does.
God.
Is it like physically itchy or is it like a tick?
No, it's physically itchy. Like I can feel it itchy. I just don't bother with it for a while.
What is it from? Do you know?
Hmm.
Interesting.
They're in my skin. Probably.
They're literally in your skin.
Yeah, that's the problem.
They're going back to the same spot.
Yeah.
You have bed bugs. Confirmed.
No.
Confirmed.
No. I know
Confirmed.
somebody who did though.
You What?
Yeah, I told you that. You were at that house. You
Oh.
didn't go anywhere near it, but like,
What?
yeah.
Somebody had bed bugs at a house that you took me to?
Yesterday.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you didn't go in there.
Yeah, I know.
We brought it up to you.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Dude, what the fuck?
The other guy who used to live there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I figured. Holy shit. In that apartment?
Yes.
How'd they get rid of it?
We are going to, because we've just quarantined the area since.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that area has been just a no touch.
Oh my god. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like, you have to get that, like, professionally dealt with.
I mean, we've already put some spray in there to kill them. So now
Hopefully.
it just needs to get washed.
Yeah.
But he needs to get his shit out.
Yeah. I got you.
It'll happen. I'm excited to move, man.
When's that happening? Do you have a date?
He's out by the 31st, so I'll be in that day or the next day.
When does your
So I looked into my tenants' rights. I can get out of my lease.
how?
Because I can get a roommate removal form.
What's a roommate removal form?
That's basically what Chase did.
Okay.
Anybody who is living with somebody can, if everybody else signs their names, they can get somebody removed off of their lease.
Including the person that's getting removed?
They can remove themselves or anybody who they want to be removed.
Okay.
As long as everybody's in unanimous decision.
All parties.
Yes.
So, like,
All parties that are living there, the owner does not have to.
no, I'm saying, like, okay,
They sign off to confirm that it happened.
you also have to sign and
Yes.
say, okay. But if you didn't sign, then they couldn't do it.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
I don't know if I have to sign it. I have the form at home. But
Did
like,
you have you talked to your roommates?
all I have to do is send a text and be like, hey. Because I know that at least one of them.
I would get that in the works soon because you never know what's going to happen.
I know. But my roommates haven't been home for like 2 days, 3 days.
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude. I just keep coming home and there's no cars there. And it's like, huh. And I haven't heard any noises. No one's come and gone. It's just been me.
And your landlords?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's been weird. Like, it's been very eerie. It's eerily quiet. Yeah.
I guess it's not like the worst thing in the world.
I know, but like, still,
Where the fuck they at?
yeah, like,
Yeah.
where did y'all go? Like, I know that at least because one day, a couple days ago, one of my roommates came home and he did tell me that during the summer or afterwards that his kid would be coming over for like a week, but like he would never be there. So I know that he's gone for like a week. But I don't know where
With
the
his
other guy
kid?
is. Yeah, which I understand
Yeah.
because they're both like 30,
Yeah.
which is why I'm glad I'm moving in with people my age.
Are you excited?
Yes.
I'll probably be down there a good bit.
Dude, I can't wait to meet all of the members of Fig Dungus. I'm so excited.
My issue is it's so far away from me that to make a podcast, to do a podcast every week, that means every week the minimum amount of time required to make a podcast is 3.5 hours.
I mean, but we also get to hang out with each other during that time.
No,
Like,
I know.
We can just take the day to hang out with each
Yeah,
other.
it would. I think the goal is gonna be to start recording on like a Friday afternoon. I'm gonna pick you up after I get off work, and then you're gonna spend the night Friday nights,
Okay.
because that just makes my life so much easier.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. And then if you ever come up, then you can come and stay for a bit whenever, like, you do come up.
Yeah. That sounds good to me.
Yeah. Because, like, the 3 house rules were use common sense, don't slam the doors, pay your bills on time.
Don't slam the doors. How did he break all three?
What?
The person that got
Dude, he...
excommunicated from the Catholic Church.
Yeah. It's insane. The burn marks on the ceiling is what really, like, blows my mind.
Not the hole in the wall?
Oh, I was there when that happened.
Really?
Yeah. I wasn't in the same room, but
What
I
did he
was
throw?
there. A grinder.
What was he mad at?
The situation.
That was that night?
Yeah.
Bro, what the fuck?
By the way, you guys that watch this podcast who were there that night and were there for that, shout out y'all for being some pretty cool people. And yeah, because I know that everybody who watches that, or everybody who was there, that night,
watches this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out all those people.
Cool people.
Yeah.
Can't wait to meet you all.
Chase, Kiwan, Kat, Dylan, all really cool people. Shout out Kiwan, about to go into the fucking Air Force.
I don't know if I could do the military. Do you remember me and JROTC?
JROTC.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Bro.
I can't. I couldn't. Like, anybody who can, I have so much respect for being able to get through that. I just personally do not have the, like, personality for it.
If I could find a picture, because I think there's a picture that I have. I think on graduation, like, checkout day, senior checkout day, I was the first person to be officially checked out, like, fully. And because I got there super early. And I walked down some of the old hallways, and one of them was the JROTC hallway. And they have, like, these big, like, posters on the wall from each year, and then all the cadets for that year. And I did it my freshman year. And my freshman year, I was, like, I was, like, maybe 5 feet tall, 4'11", 5 feet tall. I had the side part. It was a completely different person. If I can find a picture, it'll be on the screen. But I'll look around for it. It's crazy. Like, the fact that I did that, I still have, like, I might still have the uniform.
You do.
It wouldn't fit me.
No.
It's tiny.
You're not that tiny little boy man anymore.
Yeah, I know. It was just boy. It was no man.
You're not a boy little man child.
Little baby bear. Little baby bear. I'm definitely not.
How old were you actually whenever everything, like, when did you wake up and be like, holy shit?
I did, because that's how it went. I really did. So one day I woke up 16.
Like almost 17?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, how close to 17 are we talking? Like, how many months away?
Okay, so it's like I was literally an infant, like fetal, like just straight out the womb, and I was like that until I have a picture from when I was 15 that I'll throw up there. Which is, I don't know if I've shown you that picture. It's at a baseball game, but I was 15 years old in that picture. And then about a year later, I started dating somebody, and then I was kind of the same person for a while, and then I evolved into what my old sense of style used to be. And then I started painting my nails and wearing more chains, and I got my ears pierced, and I did all this and that. And then I just let my hair grow out, and then one day I just woke up a foot and a half taller. I was like halfway through being 17, and I just woke up a foot taller.
That's crazy as fuck.
Yeah.
What was it like? Because I don't remember.
I was like, shit, the ground is really far. If I fall, it's gonna hurt. Like, holy fuck.
I think I had my last growth spurt when I was like.
I'm still having growing pains.
Really?
Yeah, I still have growing pains.
That's unfortunate, bro. I stopped growing when I was like 12.
I'm not done. I'm also so here's. You don't stop growing until you're 21.
I not anything though, like, you know, you grow an inch or two, but like,
yeah,
not anything.
Well, an inch or two for me would make me 6 feet tall.
Well, okay, and
that's what I'm saying.
Loser. What's it like not being 6 foot?
It's fine. I'll exist. Still getting hoes. Still getting bitches.
Kings?
I'm not 5'6".
Short king.
Yeah, dude, don't do that to me.
You're literally under 6 foot, short king.
How is that how short king works?
Because if you're under 6 foot, it doesn't matter.
I'm like 5'10".
Okay, doesn't matter. Are you under 6 foot?
Yeah, but that doesn't make me a short king.
King.
I hate you. That doesn't make me a short king.
Put that crown on your head, boy.
Okay, whatever. Fine, short king.
Short
sure,
king.
Bro. Sure, whatever you want to say.
Might change your name to that in my phone.
Short king?
Yeah.
I fucking hate you.
That's gonna happen.
All I've ever been known as is the short guy. Let me not be known as. You know, I don't even think I'm seen as the height that I am. I think everybody still sees me smaller than I am.
We all still see that inside of you, but we still see you for being as tall as you are now.
Yeah. Dude, that was a funny time.
It feels normal to look at you now. Back then, it was like, this guy's a fucking child. Like, this guy looks like he should belong in 5th grade.
Yeah, okay. So, to be fair, my birthday is one day before the cutoff. So, the way this works with school systems is when they're deciding what year to put you in, they have to, obviously, decide when you need to go into the next year, or you need to be like not held back, but you're just not old enough.
Yeah.
Because you were born after a certain or before a certain date. That date, I was one day before, so I'm the latest birthday you can possibly have, without being pushed into the next year, which means I am pretty much a year younger than everybody else, because everybody else who's in my class was born a year later and then had to wait a year, so then I caught up with them. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I say thank you for being born later than me? Because I was always usually the youngest until you showed up.
So I have such a late birthday.
Loser.
Such a late birthday. But it made, not only was I like a really late bloomer, I was also a year younger than everybody. And so it looks like I didn't hit my growth spurt until like the end of my senior year, or like the start of my senior year, or anything like that, when really it would be like the end of my sophomore, beginning of my junior. It's bad.
Yeah.
It's annoying. And it makes me wonder how my high school experience would have been had I looked my age. Like if I was a senior right now. My senior year would have been significantly different being the person I am right now, but at the start of my senior year.
For sure. You also wouldn't be surrounded with the current people that you are.
No, not at all. And I don't know if I would change any of those memories for anything. So I don't wish that had happened, but I am always just curious as to what my life would be like if I was in a different grade.
I think it's always an interesting thought concept. I remember being a freshman, and then the seniors that we had there when we were freshmen.
The grown ass men.
I remembered, I want to be a senior. In that moment, I was like, I wanted to be a senior because I thought those guys were so cool.
Yeah, they were. They still are.
Some of them.
Yeah, some of them. My issue is.
Did I tell you I saw Will? Not like Will.
Yes,
Drummer,
yeah, you
but
did.
Like,
yes. Yeah. Does he look different?
Looks like Will.
Okay.
Like, I looked at him.
Typical Rob player?
His hair's longer and he looks older and a little bit like he kind of looks like a blonde Shaggy with no facial hair.
I think that he slid up and said that he wanted to catch hands, like he wanted to play My Jake against his Velma in Multiverses.
Bro, I'll slap him in that game.
I don't know.
Did you ever play Smash against?
Yeah,
him?
he's a Rob main.
Dude. Did you ever play Smash against Soto?
Yes, I don't know what Soto main though.
DDD.
That was gonna be my guess. No, Will also play DDD.
Yeah. I just remember playing against him. I don't remember.
What's crazy is that this is so ingrained. These are like, we had these people as people that we played Smash with for a singular year, and we still remember the matchups because they were such like influential because it was our freshman year.
I mean, those matchups are what taught me how to read.
Yeah, I know. They were good. They were really good.
They were all very different players too. Helped a lot.
Xavier's just a terrifying person to play Smash against.
When Chase heard that I used to play with him, he was like, "I know how to play Falcon."
Yeah.
I was like, it not intentionally, but yeah.
Yes.
I remember when I first ever started to pick up Falcon. My first thought was, what did Xavier used to do to me?
A lot.
Everything.
That dude utilized every single part of Falcon's kit.
My only issue is not throwing nairs out enough, which I'm trying to do more of.
Nair?
Yes.
Which is I know what his Nair is. His Nair is really good.
Yes.
It's is it 3 or 4 kicks?
2.
Is it 2?
Yes.
Or 3.
I literally use every other move in that arsenal except that one.
For now? I use Nair quite a bit, but that's because I use Nair on Piranha Plant because it's like a spinny one.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm used to using Nair a lot, like throwing out Nair.
The only reason it's hard is because I have to not move and then put in the direction I want to go. Which
do you do the input method that I showed you?
What?
Where you press if you press the attack button and the jump button at the same time, it short hop and does the attack automatically. You can press the jump button as hard as you want, but if you press the attack button at the same time, like if you click them at the same time, it will input a short hop attack at whatever you went. So if you don't do a movement, you can literally just click those and then it'll short hop Nair.
I don't. I just so based on how hard you press your jump button is how high of a jump that you get.
I know.
So I just I've changed up my variation of how hard I click the button.
Yeah, I just prefer to keep it short hop and then medium hop and then large jump.
I like to have my variability, so I can.
I still
have all-
variable them, but I don't think that I can short hop alone. Like I can't stand alone. Like I can't just short hop around the map, just short hopping. I would have to short hop nair, short hop forward air, short hop. But it makes my attacks come out faster than everybody else's because it's an instant attack with the
Yeah.
jump. It's quite nice, but it does have its downfalls for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I could step my Falcon up. I just don't know what takes it. Because, like, I can land the spikes. I can do the combos. I can do what I need to do. I just don't have, like, the consistency. Like, I think that's just something I've, like, fail with quite often. Like, I can play first stock, get you down to 1, lose that, throw my second stock or lose it somehow, and then third stock I can take it.
Yeah.
It's just a very consistent problem.
You know what else is fun? You literally do throw at least one stock as Falcon every match.
It happens.
You do. You throw stock at least one stock. You Falcon Brain every time. You know what we played yesterday that I haven't played in a while? Mario Kart.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
That was so much fun. Mario Kart was hella fun, and fuck 200cc Rainbow Road.
200 dude, I still can't get over my maneuvers on that SNES Rainbow Road. I was moving. I was gliding through that stage.
You can say what you want, but you take it back down to 150cc. You let me drive something that isn't the Benz, and I beat you. You literally threw the bag.
But
Let me set the stage for this. He is 5 points ahead of me on our last race, which means I have to get first place for us to tie. I have to get first place, and he has to get fourth place for us to tie. I think we would have tied, right?
I think I would have won.
Would you have won?
Yeah. So like I had to get 5th to lose.
Yeah. I got first place. He got 5th, which is he had to get 5th or lower to lose, and I got first place, and he got 5th, and I won. How are you gonna let me beat you out like that?
But if you want to play a real man sport at 200,
You're gonna say just 200cc.
who ran through it every time?
When we played 200cc, I used the bug and I used the bends, and it was only because we acquired the bug and the bends while playing, and so I just played with them.
I played the bug, the one match that you told me.
Yeah, you killed it with the bug. I could not do it with the bug, but with the bike, I would have been fine.
Like I said, real man sport at 200cc.
You were playing with a bike.
Your asses are mine.
You were playing with a bike.
Your asses are mine.
Of course, in that scenario, yes, I will give you that. In that scenario, yes.
Who is, out of all the Mario Kart characters that have ever been in Mario Kart, because there are, like, one of the ghosts from Pac-Man, both Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man have also appeared in Mario Kart games, so is Rob. Who is the best character?
Overall?
Overall. Like, let's say that there was a Mario Kart like Smash Ultimate where it was like everyone is here, who you picking?
Are they as like debalanced in this version of the game as they were in their original versions of the game? Like if I pick Metal Mario, but I want to play Metal Mario from Mario Kart 7,
No.
what would I be playing Mario like what
Like, if assume based on their weight if they're gonna be heavy, middle, or light, just like by like the general build of the character, because like except in the case of Rosalina, because that's a heavyweight.
Yes, but
No, I'm not joking. That's
is it because of Luma?
I don't know.
It would have to be.
She's also a goddess who has also been like canonically like 100 feet tall at one point, so
She big.
and reset the entire.
She dense, bruh. It's okay. She dense.
You know that the Mario universe was reset canonically.
What do you mean?
The entire Mario's universe was reset, like the entirety of it,
Back to like
to a neutral state. Just like base neutral state. Everything that had happened before was technically reset by Rosalina
why?
in the end of Mario Galaxy after the final fight with Bowser. Because then a black hole creates that like destroys.
Was that supposed to be the end of
everything.
the like canonically? That's the end of Mario.
Well, no, because like after that they all came back too, but Mario was the only one to like remember what happened because Rosalina talked to Mario in the middle of a wormhole while she was like resetting the universe.
What the fuck?
Hey, you should play Mario Galaxy.
What the fuck?
Not even for the fact of that, but like Mario Galaxy was was one of the best 3D Mario games I've ever played.
We've already been over the fact that I can't play solo games.
You played Breath of the Wild.
I played some of Breath of the Wild. I did like 3 Divine Beasts.
You should finish it.
I just can't.
It's
I got the Master Sword. That's what matters.
dude, you don't know anything until you hear that like that final boss theme for Breath
I
of the
did it
Wild.
with you.
Still, it's beautiful. You remember when
Didn't we accidentally beat that game together?
I was just running around and I accidentally started the final boss with no heals.
Yeah, and won.
Yeah, impressively.
And you won, especially like the horse phase,
Yeah.
because I'd been watching so many speedruns on how it worked, and so I can give you some tips. Dude, the people that speedrun Breath of the Wild,
They're insane.
They're insane.
They're like the people who
They
speedrun
they
Skyrim.
can they can beat Breath of the Wild in like 10 minutes. Yeah, I was more into like the funny things of Breath of the Wild. I was doing like the bomb. What was that?
BTBs.
Yes.
I just liked
I
playing.
wrote literally. I think my favorite part of that game was sitting in that band room, in that practice room with everybody, and we would all be sitting there, and I'd be like, guys, watch me cheat this shrine, and then I would just BTB across the shrine. It'd be there, and everybody was like, what the fuck, bro?
I remember you doing that for a shrine that I had done the night before. That took me like 10 minutes.
Yes.
Because of like the puzzle that it was, and I did it legit, and then you just did that, and I wanted to punch you in your fucking mouth.
Yeah. And that's how I glitched the master sword.
Master Squad.
Mr. Sword. Hell
You
yeah.
know, you know now if you have enough hearts, you can go back and still pick up the Master Sword normally, but it will just be invisible.
Yeah. I know.
You should do that. You just have to get enough hearts.
Get enough hearts to go back and do it.
13.
Yeah. And then it leaves you with like a quarter of a heart, right?
Or once you pick it up, you get a full heal. Like once you
Uh,
unsheath it and have it, then you get a full heal.
Got it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's a fantastic game. Like that.
It is. Are they coming out with a Breath of the Wild 2?
Yes, it's been announced and teased at a few times, but God knows when that's gonna happen.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Actually, speaking of Nintendo titles that are coming out that I'm excited for, Splatoon 3.
I didn't even play 2, I don't think.
I didn't play Splatoon 1 or 2 because so growing up, I would always be a generation behind on what game console was out. So like when the Switch came out, that's when I got a Wii U.
Yeah.
I didn't get a Wii U till like 2017.
I never had a Wii U.
You did yourself a favor, kinda.
I know.
Like
Like, I had a Wii. I had the original Wii.
same.
And then I never had a Wii U.
I did. I'm glad I did. 'Cause
And then I got a Switch way late. Like 4 years later than everybody else.
Same. I got a Switch super late in the game, so I didn't get to play Splatoon 2. But Splatoon 3 is coming out on the Switch, so
What's the
Splatoon 3 is a third-person shooter.
so like 1 and 2.
Yeah, it's the same game, new story mode, probably different game modes and some different like announcer shops, items, things of the sort. But I never got into Splatoon. And I always wanted to give it.
I'm gonna become a top 100 competitive Splatoon player.
I told you if you get it, Bryce gets it, I get it, and Jackson get it. It's a 4v4. We could have a competitive Splatoon team.
Me and my competitive Splatoon team.
Dude, could you imagine?
What will we call it?
Weezer.
Oh my god. Oh my god, it's so perfect.
Yeah.
Weezer.
Breathe H2O, NIXSUZZ, Stanfu, Lil Gamer Bro. That team as Weezer go into the finals.
Go into the finals of Splatoon.
Yeah.
Do they have a competitive?
Yeah.
Does everything have a comp?
So does Farming Simulator.
How do you competitively farm?
I don't know. There's an esports for it though.
Like actually,
Yes.
me on stage on my tractor.
I know this guy's forklift certified. I want to be forklift certified, not for any other fact, but just to say that I'm forklift certified.
I don't think it's that hard. I think you literally just have to get a job where you have to drive a forklift, and then they'll do that for you.
Home Depot.
Lowe's. Bad kitty.
I was gonna say penis. I was really waiting for it.
Bad kitty. I'm a certified forklift driver at a sex shop.
What's that? The Mubby Huge. That's how they transport around.
It's just one guy.
Bring it in.
Bring it in.
Trevor.
Trevor.
Yeah.
That's
Did you ever play GTA 5? Like at all?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
So
I didn't play. I played. Maybe, dude. GTA 5 has been out for.
since we were in 5th grade.
Yeah. What are they doing?
It's Rockstar. I don't know.
What is taking them so long?
I don't give a fuck. GTA 5 still making money.
Yeah, that's probably why they're not releasing.
They will at some point.
They have to.
Not going.
It's just been a very long time. It better be amazing.
I need to finish the story.
Them
mode of that
titties
game.
jiggling in 4K for real.
Dude. Fucking. Honestly, the story mode of GTA 5 is not that bad.
I
In
just
my
don't like
opinion.
GTA.
Like I've never. Well, I have. I played San Andreas and Vice City's story, and both of those were fantastic. But like, Fives it's not that bad. I think that Trevor is a really cool character, actually.
I have no idea what you're talking. Like I've played the game, but
You've seen the characters and what they look like, at least.
but I haven't. Sort of.
The homeless white guy who looks like a meth head.
Okay.
The well-to-do white guy who lives in a mansion, and then the black guy who's with them.
Yes.
All of those characters.
Yes,
And
I've
then-
seen them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
They're like on the cover, like the loading screens and shit.
the methed out white guy is Trevor. Hell, literal hell. Good job.
It happens once a video.
Of course.
Once a recording session, it will fall out. I was editing the last podcast. The end of it falls out probably 6 times, which makes sense because
Yep.
they're still in there.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Oh my
Wallace.
god. My dog just did the craziest stretch and then like
Laid back down.
not even
Bro woke up to fall back.
just to fall back asleep. That's crazy. That's crazy of him.
You want to know what I did the other day? I don't know if this has happened to you ever.
Please enlighten me.
So I went. It was like I was about to go out. It was like 9 at night, and I just hadn't taken a shower that day. It's like I need to take a shower. So I went to go take a shower, and I forgot from the night before. I left my towel in my room from drying my hair because I forgot my beanie at Chase's. So I fucking I was in the shower. I turned it off. I looked out on the hanging rack, and I realized my towel wasn't there. That was awful. That's why I'm glad that my roommates weren't home, because I just ran through my fucking house to my room butt-ass naked. Like, I just grabbed all my shit out of the bathroom, dripping wet.
Oh my
butt-ass
god.
naked.
Did you get dressed and clean it up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if I make a mess, I'm at least respectful about it, but I was like, shit.
That's funny.
Yeah. Have you ever done that?
Run across my house naked because my towel's in my room?
Yeah. Okay, well, follow-up question. Have you ever just run across your house butt-ass naked?
There's cameras in my house.
Okay.
My mom has sent me screenshots of me opening and closing doors at my house, and so I'm terrified to walk around my house because I don't know when she like being the most terrifying thing is it being midnight on like a Saturday, and your mom randomly sending you 2 screenshots from 3 p.m. that day and 8 p.m. that day. Like, why are you perusing that? What are you looking for?
The thing that sucked for me, because you remember my house, like when I lived with my parents.
Yeah, the front door.
So that was not the only camera.
Where was there another one?
So because of later events, they put one on the back door. So they had it facing to where you could see the gate as well on the side.
Yeah.
So no matter if you went in the front of the back door, no matter if you left or went in, they knew.
So it was just the window.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like, and I never went out. Like, they used to think I would sneak out, which is funny to me, because I knew that they would come check on me, and I would be shitting about that. So I would just have people come over.
Yeah, but if they came and checked on you and there was somebody in your room?
That's why my door's locked, and I just pretended like I was doing my own thing, if you feel me.
And they would leave you alone?
Like, I would just get the person in my closet really quick, and
Yeah.
then, like, hide them, and then pretend.
Did
like
that ever happen?
Yeah.
Really?
Like, my parents have definitely woken up, like, when people were over, but they've never, like, come in my room and seen anybody.
Did they knock?
They've, yeah. My parents were at least respectful about knocking.
Mine weren't until recently, as you could see earlier, when my dad just opened the door
Yeah.
door, which was, I mean, he obviously looked and knew exactly what was happening, and that's why he left and didn't say anything. But
Who said that was?
that was my dad.
Oh.
Yeah, he's like,
I didn't see who it was.
Yeah, it was my dad.
I
I
just
don't know why
assumed.
I don't know why he was here, but he was here. But my mom knocks every time she comes to my room now, or most of the time.
That's good. I feel like that's a very good and first important step of boundaries.
Yeah, yeah, agreed. But she does fucking knock now, which is nice.
Yeah.
She also, like, I'll tell her all about the podcast and like when I'm uploading videos and stuff. But I'm like, you're not allowed to watch it. You cannot watch it.
Yeah.
Like anything like that. Can't. I mean, she can watch it if she wants to, but I don't want to talk about it with her.
Yeah.
I don't want to have a
understand.
conversation about it with her.
I understand that. I never told my parents about me doing streaming when I did streaming.
I did. I did it for well over a year before I told them though. I became affiliated with Twitch before I said anything to them, because if I would have not become affiliated with Twitch and said something to them, they would have been like shitting.
Yeah.
They would have been mad. My parents are deeply afraid of like being tracked online.
like Jackson. Love you, Jackson, but like
Is Jackson afraid of that?
he's not afraid of that. But you know how he's like he thinks that some people care way more than they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I love you, Jackson. It's not a diss on you. It's just an example.
That only happens if you're like massive, and even if you're massive and that happens, it's just attention.
Yeah.
And then they just trace the IP if they're not using like a VPN or something to spoof it.
Yeah. I mean, I really hope one day I do get doxxed just to know what that feels like, and then
Don't
complain
say
about
that.
it online.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
I feel like if anybody's gonna dox me, it's gonna be me. Like I'm gonna say something on a live stream.
Yeah, you would.
And
dox
I'm gonna
yourself.
fuck up, and then I'm gonna have to move houses.
Yeah.
Be a whole thing.
Yeah, that would suck. You
That'd
know.
be funny.
You know what would be really unfortunate? You know what I would hate a lot?
What?
If this shit blew up and then we like moved and got a house and like started doing it out of a house, and then you fucked up and doxed us. And then I had to
Oh yeah, the pizza's here at this exact address, right? Lane.
Lane.
I'm lying. Oh hell.
Oh hell no.
Looks like it's time to move.
I would immediately press end stream and hope to God it didn't go through, because what I've noticed a lot of the times is I'll go back and like I'll in my stream, when I'm streaming, I have on my left monitor I have my Streamlabs open so I can see what it looks like in real time, and I can see any notifications or updates that I get, and I can see my chat scrolling. And then on my right monitor I have Twitch in studio mode. And so then I'm also able to track a couple different things, and I can change a couple different things. But when you're watching your stream in studio mode, it plays back at the speed that Twitch is playing for the viewers.
Okay.
So I'll be like saying bye to my stream, and I'll click end stream, and then I'll watch the end of my stream on a different monitor.
Yeah.
And it'll die before like the thing cuts out. So I would just hope that I could click end stream fast enough.
I just started saying the beginning of it, and then you cut it out.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm gonna accidentally dox myself one day.
that would be really awful.
Yeah. It's okay though.
Mm,
It'll be okay.
it would be okay. Like you'd be fine.
Yeah.
But
like,
you'd be
I'll
doxxed.
figure it out.
Yeah. Move
You're
countries?
You remember when Kanye doxed Drake?
No.
Yeah.
Kanye doxed Drake?
Yeah, like his address and where he lived.
Why?
On like just because he could.
Did he really?
Yes.
Did Drake have to move?
Yes. I don't know if he moved, but he like definitely put his address on the internet.
Drake's address?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I think it was on Twitter.
Was it during like their beef?
Don't remember. I
Did
just
they even
remember it
have? Did they
happening.
ever have like real beef?
I feel like they've always gone back and forth at each other for a long time, but I don't feel like it's anything like too real. Like I think it's like light shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand that.
The absence of evidence does not mean the evidence of absence.
What, Grandpa? I don't. Recently, I have been listening to Kanye more, but that's because of you. I only listen to Kanye when I'm in the car with you, but Drake's just a funny character to me.
CBL, certified boy lover.
Have
Whoever said that joke to me, thank you.
Have you ever you seen the memes where it's like just Drake, but like cute Drake? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do know what you're talking about.
That shit killed me. Like with the heart, that shit killed me.
There's a Kanye meme I'm thinking of right now from On Site, and it's you know, like when it breaks down, it's just like techno, and Kanye keeps going,
Yeah.
like that part. And somebody took that, kept looping it, and just said, C-3PO listening to whatever the fuck R2-D2 said.
Okay, Kanye's insane, right?
He has BP. I don't know if he has BPD, but I know he's bipolar. Like, he's very, very bipolar.
Yeah. He scares me as a human being.
Dude, the fucking Grammys, when he went up on stage, I forget who won, but he was like, I'm not gonna lie, this album was better.
Yes.
Whichever fucking album that
Yeah,
was.
and that's so embarrassing for all parties. That's embarrassing of Kanye to do to himself. That's embarrassing for whoever he went and said is better, because that person doesn't want to, like...
Steal the show.
Yeah. And then it's embarrassing for the person who just won a Grammy.
But he got away with it, because he's Kanye.
But he's Kanye. He's Jesus. Like, what do you mean?
Yeezy season.
Yeezy season?
Yeah, dude. It was, what was it? Sunday I went grocery shopping with my girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
and...
Thank you for not making me bleep it this time.
Yeah. We went shopping, and she was like, is today Sunday? Because there were so little people in the store because we went so early. It's like, yeah, it's the Lord's Day. It's Yeezy season. It's Yeezy's day. She was like, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
Bro, you know he thinks he's a god?
Yeah.
Like,
No, he thinks he is God.
he dropped Donda 2 on February 22nd, 2022, because in whatever, I think it was like the Catholic calendar or whatever fucking calendar it was supposed to represent the day that a new god would come.
What?
Yeah. That's why he dropped Donda 2 on that day.
Doesn't he have his own church?
Probably.
I'm
He has his own church choir.
No, he has his own church.
I don't know. Probably. Like, it's probably where he does his, like, service at, because I've seen
If
his
Kanye
live.
has his own church, I'll put something up right there about it. If he doesn't, then there won't be anything. But I'm pretty sure he has his own church.
I've seen his live of him at church. It was right before the Super Bowl.
Like on stage, like talking?
It was before the Super Bowl this most recent year. I'm not joking. He literally went to church, put it all live, then went to the Super Bowl.
He's on the Grussel. He's on the hustle Grussel, bro.
He stopped a performance to switch stadiums for a performance that he was doing of Donda, went to a different state to continue and finish the performance.
Went to a different state?
Yes.
Like mid-song or mid-set?
Mid-song. He's Kanye. Like, what is he gonna do?
Okay, wait. So he performed most of a performance at this one place.
Yeah, and then he was like, fuck it.
And then just started mid-song somewhere else.
Yeah.
That's not real.
I've definitely heard this, and I've definitely heard news stories about this. Like, there are definitely news stories about him moving sets between places.
I will look into this. That's crazy, though.
It sounds like a Kanye thing to do.
Yeah, but as an audience member, I would be so pissed if I paid all this money to go see Kanye and he stopped like no goodbye, nothing. He just stopped and walked away.
I don't know, like, the hard details. Like, I can't tell you exactly, like, what he said.
Because, like, in my mind, homie he was mid-song and just stopped.
I don't know. That man's interesting.
He is.
In my opinion, best album that he's ever done is Yay.
Really?
Yeah. There's only 7 songs officially released, but it hits my heart. It's such a special... Like, I don't know what it is, but, like, the feel behind that album is something so, like... I think it really encapsulated, like, something that he was going through. Like, he definitely goes through a lot of inner turmoil because of his bipolar. Like,
yeah.
And it, everything he goes through because of it.
100%.
He, like, really put that in an album. Like, even the album cover is I hate being bipolar. It feels great, or something along those lines. But
that's
yeah.
That's actually really good.
And, like, I mean, Ye has like 17 unreleased songs. There was so much more to, like, one of the songs was supposedly his suicide note. Like, his suicide note to the world. But he, like, really
I
put
will
his
say,
dick
I
and
can't
balls in that
imagine
album.
going through that. I cannot imagine going through. bipolar disorder.
I'm glad that like it's not something I deal with.
I know somebody who has it.
Yeah, I mean I do too, but
It's
it's
crazy. You're gonna be surprised at who it is. I'll tell you after the podcast.
okay.
Yeah. What time is it? 5:41.
Yeah, we were an hour in. We still got another 30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of flying.
Yeah, this feels a lot faster than earlier, but also, you know,
Yeah.
yeah. You should look out for the new video on his channel coming out soon.
Yeah, very soon. The Nix's channel tags right there. Links in the description. You like that?
Mm-hmm.
You're like a cat.
Sometimes I see things that I'm like,
Shiny.
no, dude. If I see things, I'm always curious. I think the number one thing that people need to learn in life, that curiosity is the number one key to learning everything. Because I feel like that some people just like, as basic of a thing as it is, that people are not curious enough about the world and life and things. Because I feel like that we're all so contempt in this like circle of this is normal. This is what normal should be, and everyone's attempting to be normal, but no one's curious enough to go out of the box and be like, and stay out of that box, or be in their own box, or whatever box they want to be in.
Do you feel that maybe it's confined? Like when I think about adult life now, when I was a kid, and I would think about adult life, I was like, all this free time with no school, all this, and this. And now, like going into what will be adult life, I see how it's like, sure, there's all this time. Like for me, okay, I work a part-time job. I'm off at 10:30. I can't do, to keep myself healthy and keep my environment healthy, there are a certain set of tasks that I need to complete every day when I get off of work. And it always depends on what, like I got off of work an hour later than I normally do today.
Yeah.
Which means that everything's pushed back by an hour, which kind of fucks up my schedule. But when I'm done with my job, and then what I need to get done, I'm left with maybe 5 hours for extracurricular activities, okay? And it's hard to not want to just rest.
I don't blame. Wanting to rest is not a bad thing. I think resting is a good thing, obviously. But I don't mean curious as in like going out and doing things, but curious as in just like
Saying things and being like, and like researching it?
yeah.
Just
like
Okay.
being interested in what like the world has to offer at the moment, and what it will have to offer in the future.
And it's a lot easier nowadays to see all of those things, past, present, and future, with the internet.
Yes, it really, especially with the Wayback Machine.
Yes.
The Wayback Machine is a beautiful tool.
God, I can't remember. Disrupt. Do you know what Disrupt is?
Nope.
It's a YouTube channel.
Okay.
It's actually under a lot of scrutiny because there was this whole thing. It was owned by two people. This one guy tried to buy this other guy out, and then did it for like $500,000, and then tried to sell part of the part. He couldn't pay back the money. He couldn't pay the $500,000 to buy the dude out, and so he tried to pay back his debt by selling the YouTube channel as if it was stock.
Like what Smosh did?
Kinda, maybe, I don't know what Smosh did,
They-
but he did it in a super corrupt way, and it's really bad. But Disrupt put out these videos on like old cybersecurity breaches for like Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that. And so it's like 40-minute videos, like these long form videos, just on like interesting things that have happened. And those are things that I listen to at work. When I worked full time, that's what I would do. I would have that in, and I would listen to like crazy data breaches and wild charges that people caught for crazy shit that they did.
Yeah. I actually, on the topic of Smosh, so what they did, you ever watch them growing up? Like, was that
No.
part of your childhood?
Not really. I know who they are, and I watched recent Smosh, not like super recent, maybe like a year ago. It's shit.
It's bad.
But they were like the first ever YouTube channel.
They were like one of the early like big boys of YouTube. So what they did is that they took their channel, and then they were bought by a company, and they sold their channel as if it was stock, and they earned a salary or maybe it was like hourly. I'm not exactly sure about how the. Yes. So that it was like a salary, and they didn't make money necessarily off of how well they did.
What they did was they signed with a production company.
But the company kept most of the money. and then
Not
they-
only that, but the company also heavily influenced the content that they produced. So Smosh felt very, very confined, very constrained in their creativity, and so after their signing with this production company was up, they went out on their own and they did significantly worse. And I don't remember significantly worse because it's just not the same.
No, I don't think that it will ever be what it used to be. After this, I'm actually gonna. I have some old Smosh videos that I can think of off the top of my head that I think you'd think are funny, but it's.
Did you ever watch Studio C?
Yes, I think that Smosh was a really good pioneer in short form content in the form of because they
Short form.
so like not like super short form at like TikTok like within a minute, but like their old videos used to not be longer than like maybe 7 minutes. Like most of them were like 4 or 5 minutes, and they would just be like
So for ad revenue now, is it 10 minutes or 8 minutes? I think it's
10.
8.
10.
I thought they reduced it to 8.
10. 10 is the magic number, my boy.
Really?
Yes. I remember when YouTube videos couldn't be over 15. You could not have a video.
What?
Yeah, you weren't allowed to have videos over 15 minutes on YouTube for a very long time. And then they let that happen in the earlier 2000s. But a lot of people didn't switch to making long form content for a long time because people were so used to the 10, 15 minute.
15 minute.
Yeah.
And then it reduced even more with TikTok.
Yeah. But that's just
Which was why I deleted TikTok.
now.
They're shorts on everything. You go on Instagram, they're shorts. You go on.
I think that there's a good, kind of a good balance. I don't think that there's as much long form content as there is short form, but I think that long form content is making a big enough push, where it's being.
I've just
seen.
started watching it more.
I have too, and I'm glad that I have because it can take up a lot of time where I don't have to think about what to put on,
Yeah.
and two, if it's a long form video, it's probably something I'm interested in.
Yeah, and provides genuine knowledge.
Yeah.
So like with TikTok, I could sit and I could burn time for 5 hours, and I would learn things here and there. I would find out like random tidbits and facts and funny little things, and I enjoyed that a lot. Like I won't discredit that obviously, but what I was subconsciously looking for was that hit of dopamine from something new over and over and over and over and over again, and then. But if I watched the same amount of content, but I watch it all long form content, it's less topics, obviously, but the depth of knowledge, like the well of knowledge is much deeper.
Yes.
Much.
I recently so this guy that I found on YouTube randomly, he started this series. He's not done with it. He's only done 2 episodes in it, but he's doing a retrospective of all the Yakuza games, from release order, not of technically story order.
I'm getting
So
a
he's-
call.
He started on.
What is my mom calling me for?
I don't know.
Pause.
Well, welcome to this intermission segment where I'm going to hopefully, I don't know, we'll see what happens. I guess, because we'll see. This is probably going to go at the end of the video again, but I'm sure we'll say it at some other point. But thank you all for watching. We really do appreciate you. Share if you're interested. It helps a lot. The support that we've seen off the first 2 episodes from all of you have been fantastic, and seeing people enjoy the product that we put out is amazing. It's something that me and him had been talking about for a long time, and I'm glad that we finally put the effort in to get it, and I really hope that it turns into something. I feel like I've said this before. Like I've already said probably almost the exact same thing in the first episode, but thank you all. If you're so interested, share. So, I've been watching a long-form documentary series of the Yakuza series, and it's why I've honestly learned so much of the series and about like what went into it and like the time period, because like I wasn't around in the 90s when
They
the
came
first
out.
game came
Yeah,
out.
obviously.
So I didn't know what it was like to be in the heat of that moment, or like what the game was like, how the reception was, because like now, you know, it's a very well received series. And
But that's not. I mean, it wasn't
It-
a popular game with a fan base before in the 90s when it was released.
in the West especially.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Western audiences. Yakuza 1's actually the only game to have an English dub. Fun fact. Also, Mark Hamill is in that dub.
I don't know who that is.
Luke Skywalker,
I mean, like, I know who Luke Skywalker is. Yes.
his actor,
Okay.
that guy.
Okay.
He was
Interesting.
also Indiana Jones.
Was he really?
No, that's Han Solo. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. I was like,
That's
I don't
what's that
know.
guy's name? What's that
I
guy's
was
name?
never big into Star Wars.
What's that guy's name? What's that guy's name? I can't think of it.
I feel like Star Wars is, it's like feels like too late for me to get into at this point. They're
They're done.
so, huh?
Well, they're doing sideshows, but they don't matter. But they're done with the movies, so like anything technically canonical.
Canonically, it's over.
Yeah.
How does it end?
Well, then what's the point of fucking watching?
How does it end?
With episode 9?
How does episode 9 end?
A really odd kissing scene after a really cool ass fight. And a really big turnaround.
Is it like does it have a happy ending? Is it like a normal like?
Kinda. So you gotta, whenever you see Star Wars, you have to think about it as the 3 different sagas, because there's 1 through 3, which is Anakin and his upcoming,
Okay.
before he becomes Vader.
Okay.
So then 4, 5, 6 is Luke, which is Anakin's kid, and he like has to go and take out the Empire
Sure.
that Vader helped build. And then 7, 8, 9 are Rey and her story, and
Which is how is Rey related to Anakin? And
they explain all that in the 9th movie.
okay, so I literally just have to go and watch it.
Yeah. But those, I think 7 was a good return. I think 8 was okay, except for the ending. And then I think 9 was just action scenes the whole time.
And it's literally just over canonically.
For the movies. So the order that you need to watch them to understand it fully, technically.
Is this movies and shows?
Just movies.
Okay.
Just movies.
Are the shows canonical?
Technically, but they take place either after or before and have no impact on the movies. They are only there to build up a backstory.
Okay. So here's my question.
It's kind of like
At the end of the movies, does everything tie together?
Yes.
And that's just the end. Like it just
Yeah. They don't plan on making any more movies.
they don't even have
They plan on making TV shows,
yeah,
but they're not doing movies.
because it's done.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the order that you would watch them to understand it fully.
I can't wait to hear this.
I'm not counting Solo unless you really like Han Solo that much. It goes 1, 2, 3, Rogue One, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's 10 movies total you have to watch. Because Rogue One explains, because like the change from 3 to 4.
I thought they didn't come out in order though.
They didn't. They came out 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8.
Did they
Rogue
label
One,
them like that?
9. Yeah. Because they were written as books originally.
Yeah, but they didn't come out as books like that. They came out as books as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why didn't they make the movies 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6?
Because 4, 5, 6 is the coolest fucking saga.
So they just like saved it.
Yeah. I mean, 1, 2, 3 was. I like the prequels. A lot of people don't.
Which is 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Okay.
I like the prequels. I think they're cool. Some of it.
So the main story is Luke and Anakin, but Luke is obviously
Yes.
that's like the main part of Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And 7, 8, 9 was never a book. It got created after the fact of the universe being made. Like as the Star Wars existence universe, like
Okay.
everything that encompassed it, 7, 8, 9 was created after the fact of 4, 5, 6 and everything that ended there.
Okay.
But where 3 ends and 4 picks up is such a drastic change. Because, like, 3 ends with Anakin becoming Darth Vader, and he figures out he just killed Padme,
Yeah.
and he's, like, losing his mind, and the Sith has just started. But 4 picks up in the middle of a Sith battle years and years later. But Rogue One explains
What happened
how-
in between? Got
how
it.
we got to...
That-
Because, like, the end of Rogue One is the beginning of Episode 4.
Got it.
So they really do a good job tying it all together.
Okay.
I don't like Rogue One.
Why?
It was written to explain something that should have already been there, and I shouldn't have had to go and watch a movie where the characters being there was pointless because they were never there after the fact. Because it's not characters that we've known before, it's its own cast of characters for that one movie.
Okay. When did Rogue One come out?
Late 2010s. I want to say like 2016, 2017.
Oh. Is that... I know when we were in 7th grade.
How do you know that?
Isaac Warner?
I
He skipped a day of school to go watch that movie.
really hope you regretted that choice.
I think he did.
Good, because that movie sucks.
But I remember him vividly. I vividly remember him skipping a day of school.
I watched Star Wars growing up. I had like so many Star Wars Legos. Do you remember my Lego Death Star?
Yeah.
Like I loved Star Wars, man.
Yeah.
Star Wars was my shit.
I don't ever know if I could explore that place anymore. Like in my mind.
If you got into this is the reason I will always encourage somebody to get into Star Wars, cuz you like Disney movies, right? Like you like old Disney movies that are nostalgic to you, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So you
But like the thing about Disney movies is Disney almost failed as a company until they got Pixar.
Yes. So, but okay. So you've been to Disney, correct? Like Disneyland, Disney World, doesn't matter.
Probably.
Okay. So the rides, whenever you ride a ride that's like a part of whatever your favorite movie is, it's like, holy shit, this is so awesome.
Yeah.
Imagine that, but it's his entire own like theme park area for Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like I almost shed a tear being in.
That's how people are with Harry Potter World at Universal.
I love Harry Potter too, but that doesn't. Harry Potter World is nothing. That
Really?
literally is nothing compared to what
Harry
Star
Potter
Wars
World is dope.
It is
I've had the butterbeer.
So good.
It is. It's really great.
But what the way that they recreate their atmosphere is nothing to what Star Wars did, because Star Wars the first entrance when you come out of
Disney bought Lucasfilm, right?
yes,
And everybody's like, Star Wars hasn't been the same since.
yeah, which I mean it hasn't, but what am I gonna do? It's Disney. They're gonna own the world.
Pretty much, they kind of have a monopoly on.
Entertainment.
Yeah.
When you walk into Star Wars from the south entrance, like as soon as you walk in, you have 2 paths to go to your right where you can go to like what would be engineering facilities where you can go make your own droid, your own lightsaber, and the droids talk to each other if you walk by somebody else with one in the park.
Did you have a droid?
No, because it was like $200. Jackson has one. And a lightsaber, which was also like $150.
Well, we know Jackson.
But on the left side, if you were to walk down, it's like a market area. They have, especially at night with all the lights lit up, is so pretty. But it's just like a hallway, and they have all these food vendors and robots standing around. And like you walk into these walls, and they like open up, and it's like little creatures, space creatures kept in cages, along with like the memorabilia that they would sell next to it.
That's kind of dope.
And then you walk further, and then you see a bunch of like spaceships sitting around. You see the fucking Millennium Falcon in front of you, which is actually a line for a ride. And then you get to walk around. You get to see all the other shit that's
Why
around.
Why do half the scenes in Star Wars feel like they're taking place in poverty?
Because a lot of the towns that they visit, they're like, I think that 2 good examples. Because have you ever watched any bits of any Star Wars movies? So Tatooine.
That's what I was gonna say.
Tatooine is a very poor planet.
Yeah.
In the universe of Star Wars, it's a lot where a lot of slaves are sold and a lot of like shady black market deals happen.
Yeah.
But a good example of somewhere that is rich and lavish and like with money would be Cloud City, because it's literally a city that is so expensive and high class that they refuse to live on the ground, and they built a city in the clouds that floats, and they have flying cars and like shit like that.
Like
They do games.
the Star Wars universe is so fucking massive that they don't have cities. They have just fucking planets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do game.
They have just fucking planets.
Yeah.
like like the economy is of the planet.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine having planetary economies and how fucking crazy, like the scale? That scale is insane.
But you also have to realize that on all those planets, not necessarily all the land is colonized on all of those planets. Like a good example is the Ewok forest. Like that's not colonized, but by the natives, and they trade in their own currency in their small community.
Yeah.
But there's no other Ewoks. The only other people that were there were the Imperials when they built a base. But other than that, like the only people that live there are them. On Tatooine, pretty much the only people who live there are people close to the city, except for people and the Tusken Raiders outside. Like
Was that where?
the Tusken Raiders are what killed Luke's family.
Okay.
When he left to go meet Obi-Wan and came back, it was supposed that the Tusken Raiders came by and murdered his family. Also, by the way, Han shot first.
Han shot first.
Do you not know about that debate?
Who did he shoot first?
Greedo. So, episode 4, right? This is where we introduce Han Solo as a character.
Okay.
Walk into the cantina. We have Luke, we have Obi-Wan, and we see a man.
Who picks up Anakin? Who is like who comes and meets Anakin?
What do you mean?
It's like episode 1.
Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, that's who it is. Qui-Gon dies later at the end of the movie, I think, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I've seen that entire movie.
Okay.
I've seen I've seen bits and pieces of a lot of them, but I think I've just been sitting here trying to put this story together for like 5 years now, and I'm just like, shit.
If you watched it with me, I could explain it to you.
Yeah.
So like they walk in the cantina, right? Cantina band's playing. There's people arguing. There's people at the bar. Luke's trying to fit in. Obi-Wan's trying to play it cool. They have R2 and C-3PO outside because droids aren't allowed inside.
Yeah.
There's droid racism. I'm not joking. There's literally just racism against droids.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And we see like Han Solo arguing in the corner with somebody about like Jabba's money. So he's saying that Jabba will get the money and all this other stuff, and they're sitting in this booth and they both pull out their gun and shoot at each other. And both of them shoot. Han shoots and kills Greedo, but Greedo missed. So Greedo is a what's the right word for it? I forget what like his occupation would be, but he basically came to come get the money from. He's like a hitman.
Got it. Or a bounty hunter.
Yeah, bounty hunter. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, okay.
Because Jabba has an entire like bounty hunter association.
Yeah, he gets his money. Fat Man gets his money. Aren't they like geniuses, by the way?
Some of them.
Jabba is.
Jabba is, but like there was a big debate for a long time of in that scene who shot first, Greedo or Han. If you slow down that video when they both are shooting, you can see the laser literally a frame or two right before Greedo's comes out. Han shot first. I'm okay with it.
Greedo
honestly.
missed.
Greedo did miss, but he probably got shot before he could get an accurate shot. Like, you got to think about how fast those guns are shooting at light speed.
Which again is crazy. You know, light speed is the speed of the universe. Like that is the speed limit. It's the universal speed limit.
That's our current understanding of a universal
yes.
speed limit.
Yes.
Yes.
For what we know as the universal speed limit, it is light speed. Which is crazy.
They travel at that hoe.
The G's must be insane.
Probably not with the tech that they have, because they walk around fine during light travel.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure that with technology that we'd be able to resist G-forces more and more.
Maybe. I don't know what technology that would be because I don't fully understand how G-forces interact with humans. Like I understand what it is. I don't understand how we would block that though.
I don't know.
Have you seen what Tesla's working on with Neuralink?
I've heard of Neuralink.
Okay, Neuralink is something that Elon has. It's like a company that
Is
Elon
that the
created.
chip in the brain thing?
Yeah. Okay, but it started. People are blowing it way out of proportions for what it's actually supposed to be used. Neurotechnology has been around for a long time. And it's been studied in a lot of fields, and the idea behind it is to fix a lot of mental blockages. So what they've noticed when examining neurons is that neurons will still fire for like moving your legs. The neurons for it will still fire. They won't, for some reason, the the passages that send them to your legs to actually activate, it blocks. So if you can find a way to not to unblock that, then you can fix like Parkinson's and dementia and like all these crazy mental illnesses. And the only tests that have been run on humans is wired, all wired. You're hooked up to a machine, and they can do some crazy things. There are people that can respond and talk and type with their brain just by like looking at screens and shit, not with eye tracking technology, or maybe a little bit, but it has a lot to do with what's hooked up in their brain. Neuralink has created a wireless version that is implanted into your brain to do the same thing, and it is tracking more neurons than any of the wired. Like the current amount, they're tracking like maybe 700 neurons. Neuralink wirelessly is tracking thousands of neurons, and is able to implement that into like a whole bunch of shit. They've been testing on apes, and they've been testing on rats, and they've been testing on. They're currently going through. God, what is that government? Like, what is that government body called that like makes the FDA?
Food and Drug Administration.
I know what that stands for, but I don't know if they also.
They just do with like prescriptions. I don't know if this counts in that realm.
I know. There's one other one, and I can't remember what it is.
FDIC.
USDA. I don't fucking know. I forget. It slips my brain. Yeah, something like that. Some sort of just that you have to pass these parameters to show that it's safe to test on humans, or you can't test on humans. And so they're in the process of like starting to test wireless brain implants, which I think is crazy.
I think it's crazy that we're at a point in the world where that is a possible thing.
We're still at the very early stages. I was listening to a professional talk about it. We're still at such early stages.
Even if we're at early stages in things like that, even with like Elon Musk trying to make space travel affordable for like,
Musk says he's going to Mars.
Oh yeah, he's going to, but like he's also just trying to make it affordable for the common man.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
Sometimes I don't know my opinions on Musk. I think I have some good opinions, some bad opinions. I think he's just a character.
He is a character, but I think that he is a very smart he's a smart man with where his money is. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
he's really genuinely helped the furthering of this world. I just think he's also one of those incel people who just got really big and sits on Twitter all day.
He does do that.
Yeah.
And he has he's breeding like a rabbit.
Yeah.
With a whole bunch of different people.
But I mean like
smart people.
He's the richest man. Like
yeah,
easily.
Yeah, by like a significant margin. In our monetary standards. There was other people that were drowning in precious minerals.
Oh yeah.
Like old like kings and shit. They were literally copious.
They literally beat out all of us.
Yeah. Yes. But empires rise and fall, so I don't think that really counts. But I don't know.
So do countries.
Yeah, but the ability to measure a certain amount of monetary currency is much more advanced now. Like we can physically measure how much Musk is worth. It's so difficult to say how much.
Yeah, King Charles VIII or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah,
medieval kings were cool. I think medieval times were cool. You ever been to medieval times?
Yeah.
Dude, that shit's so cool.
Fucking like flat ass soda.
I don't care, man. I have so much fun every time I go.
It is fun. I've wanted like a sword or a dagger from medieval times every time I've gone.
I want a suit of armor.
Can you buy full suits of armor?
You can buy one on Amazon. There's only like 2 on Amazon.
How much do they cost?
One's like $9,000. The other one's like $300.
Give me like 2 years. Give me like 2 years and I'll get
Could you imagine pulling up to somebody with a fucking full set of knight armor on?
I don't want to imagine. I'm just gonna do it. I just need time.
I'll wear the 77 rings.
The 770 pounds of weight that you put on for each battle. How does anybody carry that into battle?
If I showed you a picture of what Tarkus and
like people did it, like this is a real thing.
I don't know if it was a real thing in history. It could have been, but I don't know.
That shit's crazy to me. Insane.
It is like I'm just like I understand how Tarkus did it because like he's like a 12-foot giant raging beastoid man.
Yeah.
But the other person who did it, Bluford, is like about as wide as me.
He has a lot of willpower.
Yeah.
But yeah. But I think on that note, this kind of just wraps up episode 3.
Does it? Are we there? Oh my God, we're there.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
We just kind of like hit it. I was looking over trying to make sure I was checking the time well enough. I hope you enjoyed. This was a fun one to create. I hope you enjoyed the last.
Fuck.
This fucking idiot always dropping that.
It's okay.
But I do hope that you enjoyed this episode. Enjoyed the last one and the one before that and all the future ones to come. I'm gonna try to be more consistent on getting them edited and uploaded, but it takes forever. Like
It takes a long
it
time.
for some reason uploading from my beefy ass computer, it still takes an exponential amount of time. So I think I'm gonna try and get it uploaded like 2 days earlier,
Yeah.
and then I'll just set it to premiere
Yeah.
when I want it to premiere, or something like that. I'll do my best. But I hope you enjoyed,
Yeah.
and thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
We'll see you all soon.
Yeah, pretty much. That was a good one.
Yeah, it was good.